Well, hello, my lords and ladies, and welcome to another episode of our Chronicles of Drunagor series where we're painting Duncan. I don't even know what expansion this is from. Chronicles of Drunagor has so many miniatures. I have 3 or 4 more expansions I got to paint from them. I'm not finished with this one. This is going to take years. Unless somehow I hit Powerball and I can retire early and just paint every day and I can get 5 to 6 videos out a week. But we're dreaming there. Anyways, thank you for all my YouTube members. You guys are amazing. All the subscribers, thank you. And everybody who supports the channel. It's pretty easy. Without further ado, let's go. Alright, the first thing you're going to do is obviously scrape all the nasty mold lines off the miniature, and then you are going to spray paint it in white, or dry brush, or not dry brush, prime it in white with a airbrush, whatever you got. We're going to do the beard and the mohawk and the ponytail in Gryph Hound Orange. Next, for all the skin, we're going to be doing some Fyreslayer Flesh. Pretty simple. For Duncan's skull that he is holding, we're going to be doing some No Shocker Skeleton Horde on that. For the sash around the waist, we're going to be doing some Flesh Tears Red, or if you have Blood Angels Red or whatever red you got. I just did not want to use Belial Red because it is a little bit brighter. For the staff of Duncan's axe, we're going to be using some Black Legion. For the undergarments below the armor around Duncan's waist, we're going to be using some Snakebite Leather. For Duncan's boots, we're going to be using some Basilicanum Grey. For all of the armor around Duncan's waist and the axe blade and the backside of the axe blade and the top of the axe above Duncan's hand, we're going to be using some Iron Warriors. We're going to go back to that in a second because I don't show everything and I had to go back and fix it, so you'll see that here in a couple frames. For the belt, we're going to use some Ratling Grime. You can use Wildwood, you can use Sigor Brown, whatever brown you got. For the areas around Duncan's forearms And the interior of the axe blade, we're going to be using some Runelord Brass. You can also use this color, as I did, but I don't think I filmed it, for the pieces of metal in the beard and on the backside of Duncan's ponytail. And like I had mentioned earlier, this is the part that I forgot to do. That was the axe blade. So if you didn't do it, you can do it now. Alright, just 2 washes we're using. The first one is going to be in all the metallics, and it's going to be some Nuln oil. Pretty simple. And for the brass areas, we're going to be doing some Agrax Earth Shade on there. So again, pretty simple. Alright, for Duncan's skin, we're just going over the top part, not getting anything into the recesses. And the first one we're going to use is Cadian Fleshtone. This miniature I made pretty light on the skin color, but you can actually do whatever you would like. I would suggest using the Cadian Fleshtone, and then you'll see Kislev Flesh here in the next shot. I would go with those two, and then I went with the third shot with Flayed One Flesh. You can go as deep as that by using that onto the skin, or you can just keep it with Kislev and Cadian. It is up to you, but it's the same method for all three, just painting over the top and making the skin look very fleshy, I guess you could say. Now, matching the card art, there are some lines going down for some blue war paint. So I just painted on some lines on there. So the shoulders, some on the face. There's some on the abdomen, muscles, and all that type of stuff. You'll notice that I put the eyes in there as well. I didn't film that. I can never, ever, for some reason, get a good shot of filming. For the eyes, put some black in there, then some white, and then just put some black dots for the eyeballs. Pretty simple. For Duncan's hair, we're going to get on to the top portions and nothing into the recesses with some Trollslayer Orange, followed by some Lugganath Orange as well to brighten up those top portions. For the sash, we're going to go over the raised areas with some Evil Sunz Scarlet. Again, pretty simple. For the skull, we're just going to go over it with some Ushabti Bone, followed by some Screaming Skull, basically over everything. It's going to make it pretty white or ivory looking, and that's kind of what we're going for. For the boots, we're just going to highlight up the raised areas again with some Dawnstone. And for the underskirt areas that we had our Snakebite Leather on, we're going to do some Hobgrot Hide to brighten it up. For all of our metallic areas, we are going to do some lead Belcher, so that includes the armor around the skirt, the axe blade, and the buckle as well. For the belt itself, we're just going to put on the raised areas inside of the buckle and the little straps sticking out. It's going to be some Mournfang Brown. And then for the areas that we did some Runelord Brass, we're just going to brighten up with some brass balls from P3. If you don't have this color, you can use Scorpion Brass. You can use any bronze color that you have to brighten it up, and also on the interior of our axe as well. And we have finally come to the end where we're doing the entire base in Basilicanum Grey, including the rim, where we're then going to paint some Abaddon Black around the rim, or you could do whatever color you would like. And that is it. That is all she wrote. That is Duncan, and I know that is out of focus. I apologize. From Chronicles of Drunagor. I really, really, really want to get some more COD in there. There's just so many miniatures to paint that I would like to do it sooner rather than later. It's just I've got so many. I think I got 4 expansions like I was mentioning earlier in a different video or in this video. So we're going to get there as quickly as we can get there. Again, thank you to all my YouTube members, all my subscribers, everybody who supports the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000. Probably will never get there in my lifetime, but a man can dream. That's where we're trying to go. So if you want to share it, post it on a forum or whatever you want to do to support the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it to get the Nerd Knights name out there. All right. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one. All right. Paint on.